turn, I guess I should say. You've been going. What's this feel like, Devin? I mean, the difference, I don't want to make a big emotional thing about it, but like here you go into the next step, and you guys are always about steps. But what does this one feel like, taking that next step after the success you had?
Yeah, it's crazy just looking back from, the beginning of my career here, and where we're just trying to figure out an identity to, now we're building, and now we see it, and now it's just another feeling of confidence, and now we know we can compete with anybody in the country. It's just a really cool feeling, and you can just feel the confidence radiating in the building within the staff, everyone. So it just feels really cool.
Does it show up right away for the new guys? I mean, because they're stepping into this that's way more established now, culture-wise and all that confidence than you did as a freshman, right? I mean, do you see those guys picking that up right away?
I think it didn't give them a choice, to buy in. And, we always talk about with Coach Sleeve is, you make a culture, the environment, so it makes it easy for you to make the right choices. And that's what's really cool about this program, and where we've gotten it to is, those new guys, they just bought in right away because they sensed that everybody else's presence and how they went about it, and they joined in right in on that. So that's what's really cool about it. And, I'm super proud of those guys because they've truly bought in, and, I'm ready to see them progress as well.
How will you determine success of spring practice? I mean, it's 15 practices. I know it's not make or break. You still got a whole camp coming and the season and all that still. But what will you decide is, hey, this made this successful?
I mean, as an offense, we talked about our intent. We set the path, and we need to keep getting more of our intent when it comes to, different plays, or our intent of what we need to do to get better as a team. And, I think if people can take steps as an individual, taking steps and getting better in that aspect, I think we just become better as a team, as a unit as well. So I know the defense did the same thing, but I just know from an offensive standpoint, that's what we're doing.
Coach Sleeve was talking about the leadership council. 16 guys have to go every week. He said 50 are going.
Yeah.
What does that say to you?
I mean, that says a lot, about our program and how many people want to be leaders and, want to bring the best out of people on our team. And that's what's really special, and that we've gotten to this point, because it wasn't always like that. That people always viewed as themselves as a role instead of a person that does right versus wrong. That's what's really cool.
How does that show up? Maybe not in practice, because that part makes sense, but how does that show up in the big picture goals, things like that? That number of guys that want to be a part of that like that.
I mean, I just think because the best organizations, the best teams, it doesn't matter who you are on the roster, you're going to be able to hold the best guy or, the last guy accountable the same way, and that's what keeps teams going. That's what's driven teams do, and you see that. I mean, you see that with the best teams like the Chiefs, and you've seen that with other teams in the college football that are the best. So,
great point. Yeah, Sleeve said this team has a real chance to be player-led.
Yeah.
He said you hear that a lot, but it's not necessarily always there very often. Do you sense that? Do you feel like you guys are? Maybe because of what you had to do to grind through it, you build it up already. You can take that.
I think we're making strides for sure. And when you have such habits that are built in the past, that you kind of retract to old ways sometimes. But where we are now versus where we were last year is remarkable. And I think we just keep on getting better at that. And I think we have a real understanding of what it feels like, what it is, and the sky's the limit in that aspect as well.
How's your health physically?
I feel great. Battling from what was happening in the last season, to now, I just feel really good.
I bet you do.